today. Later on today, we're going to talk about tournament-sized swim baits. We'll let Brandon talk about big mothers and all those other things he throws, but we'll talk about tournament stuff that's going to get you paid. All right, Brandon likes to throw that 10-inch, 12-inch junk, and he can have it. So, anyway, we're gonna start with Wacky Rigging this morning, and you know, first things first. I mean, to me, you know, like it said here, deadly technique that you need to know. For me, there's 3 techniques that are always on the deck of my boat that I try and use almost everywhere that I go, and that I've won probably, I would say, a third or a quarter of the money, you know, that I've ever won in events has been on a Wacky Rig. And we'll talk about the different ways that, you know, you can use a Wacky Rig as a presentation throughout this, and see if it helps you guys. And also, all right, so just a basic, real quick deal for those that don't know what a Wacky Rig is. The main thing is that it's a worm. You take a 4-inch worm, a 6-inch worm, and instead of hooking it traditional style through the head, you're right through the belly of the worm, right through the middle of it. There's 3 different ways that I throw it. There's probably a couple other ways that you can throw it, but these are the 3 that I use specifically, and in the order that I really like to use them as well. The first one being the nail weight. That is hands down like that's my little dude right there. I make a lot of money on that guy, and I use it everywhere that I go. And it is by far my favorite way to throw a Wacky Rig. And I was talking to a couple buddies, and they're like, "You're not going to talk about the Wacky Rig up there, are you?" I'm like, "Dude, I got to. You know, it's my first one. We got to give up some good info." So that's going to be the one that you guys really want to pay attention on as we go through this deal. You can also Wacky Rig on a drop shot. A couple different ways to mix it up there that we'll talk about, and then weightless too. And generally that's just with a, you know, single worm, no weight in it, just the weight of the hook and the line and the weight of the bait itself. Hands down, best time for this thing, 120%, is when you're fishing shallow and it's pre-spawn or spawn, and there's fish moving into areas, they're cruising around. I mean, your ideal conditions. Before we talk about anything else, let's talk about ideal conditions. If I'm in a lake and there's some docks and little patches of grass and there's fish like moving up into the shallows, it's a warm, sunny day, not a lot of wind, this is your technique. Because when it's a warm, calm day on pretty clear water, you're not going to go through there just throwing a swim bait and throwing a spinner bait and whatever else and just jacking on fish. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Those fish can see a lot better on a day like that, and so you're going to have to use something that's really natural to them. And so that's why that is a perfect scenario for this bait. So, and as I'm going through there, we'll just talk about it. I mean, it's a 3 to 15 foot. I catch them down in 15 foot. I catch them down in 30 feet on spotted bass lakes. You know, but for the majority of the time, it's a 3 to 15 foot deal. And I use that 16th.
I hope you enjoyed the preview clip. And for more like that and the entire collection, subscribe to the Bass University TV. And if you want the tackle that you see on there, I want you to go to the Bass University Tackle Shop, powered by Tackle Warehouse, and click right here, and it's all at your fingertips.
You want to become a better angler?
You want to catch more and bigger bass at your local pond?
Then check out Bass University TV for hardcore bass fishing information.
Hey, I'm Pete Gluzek.
And I'm Mike Iaconelli.
And this is Bass University TV.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests.
Everywhere I go in the country, I'm trying to use these techniques because I catch big fish that way.
From on the water to in the classroom.
We want to use that bait to help make that area even smaller and really find that sweet spot.
You'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills.
You want something that's got a nice limber action, that's going to allow you to build pressure and keep those hooks pinned against that fish's mouth.
Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time.
Hold on, because you're going to catch some big fish.
Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best.
That's a key theory in all of fishing.
Subscribe to Bass University TV today.
Man, does it trigger a lot of strikes.
Here's the part that you're not going to hear anywhere else. This is the Bass University TV exclusive.